Good morning. I am Ashley Judd, and I am the Global Ambassador for YouthAIDS. My first trip as YouthAIDS Global Ambassador was designed around the International AIDS Conference, which at that time was being held in Bangkok, Thailand. Here we are. I don't know that much about Cambodia. I left my Lonely Planet tour book at home, but in a way I'm glad, because I think it's really interesting to come to a place like this, eyes wide open, just ready to learn. I will let them show me what they are about, rather than coming with any preconceived notions whatsoever. And so, the journey begins. We started by visiting a wonderful, wonderful hospital/hospice that provides end-of-life care for the people who've really been ravished by opportunistic infections and that are really at the very end of their, losing battles with HIV/AIDS. We arrived at a pagoda, which is what they call their temples, and went inside, and then the monks entered. It is an enormous pleasure to sit and have people pray for you. It's so totally rocked. So when that was all done and we adjourned outside, I met the Wat grannies. A Wat granny is a Buddhist woman who takes on the assignment of caring for at-risk and vulnerable children. It was about the most beautiful collection of women I've ever seen in my life. They were awesome. Tell them I'll come back and bring my handsome husband. I held some beautiful babies. Oh man, beautiful babies. The hardest things were at night in my hotel room by myself, thinking about the people I met and thinking about this beautiful child named Okshay Leah, and just knowing that they are still in their circumstances, vulnerable and at risk is very difficult. What I was a part of this afternoon was peer education. So a sex worker who is dynamic and has an outgoing personality will be asked to help educate her peers about HIV, how the virus is transmitted, and about condoms, both male condoms and female condoms, and how to insist that your clients use a condom, and how to safely get out of the situation if the client refuses. Thailand was perfect because it's the exact opposite. We are new in Thailand, we are just getting started, and one of the interesting things that we were able to do was be involved with the government at the very highest level right away. And the Prime Minister was gracious enough during his very busy schedule to give us not only an audience, but a very ample one. We went to an orphanage, and it's very hardcore. I mean, I've cried more than once over being in that place. It's just not right. It is not right to have to talk to children so young about such adult issues, but I can't help the fact that they're there. And there are a lot of programs and a lot of government activities directed at preventing those children from being on the street in the first place. However, some are already there. So we have to reach out to the ones who are there, identify them, and help them on a consistent and sustained basis so that they do not become HIV positive. That's what this is about. And seeing storefront after storefront after storefront after storefront of these bars and karaoke establishments. I mean, how can I describe what it's like to go to a brothel? Nothing prepares you. Absolutely nothing prepares you. The women in the brothels and the bars and the karaoke establishments knew a lot about HIV/AIDS, and I would say that a lot of that was a credit to PSI YouthAIDS programs. The first group of sex workers with whom I visited were all HIV positive, and they were still working in commercial sex. It's been the journey of a lifetime. and a trip I've been waiting my entire life to take.
There's absolutely hope because PSI YouthAIDS programs work. They absolutely 100% work. Being associated with HIV/AIDS associates you with compassion, with hope, and what company doesn't want to be associated with that? And the more creative people are, the more broad a population the messages can reach.